Welcome back to Bootcamp 2021 by TechPledge. We are in Module 2 of Azure Administration, and this is the last slide for me for this complete module. That is all about the lab exercise. So we are going to create a load balancer here. So for the load balancer, actually, as I said in my previous videos, that either the machine should be in one availability set or machine should be in one availability zone. So actually here we are going to have at least two machines. We are all about to keep them either in a set or in a zone. So here first of all I will have to show you how to create availability set, then two machine, how to keep them keep the machines in one availability set, and how to attach the virtual machine on the back end of load balancer. Okay, so let's go ahead for that. So here we are all about to go for a practical lab. So this is my Azure portal. First of all, before launching any machine, I will have to create one availability set, right? So let's go ahead, just search your availability set. This is availability set, go there. So as you can see, no set is prepared as of now. So either I will have to create. So let's go to create quickly. Here, as you can see, the subscription, we already talked about the hierarchy of management architecture. Resource group, anyone I'll have to take. So let's go with Aditi resource group. Name of availability set. I know I should go with naming convention, but I can give availability set here. Zone, reason I can select any fault domain. Let's go with maximum fault domains for my machine. And update domain, 5 is fine. Otherwise, if you want to see, 20 are the total availabilities, update domains. Here, let's go with 5. So let's review and create. So it's ready for the deployment. Fine. So deployment is in progress. By the time deployment is in progress, let me to show you the virtual machine. So let's search on the top, virtual machine. So here I can create virtual machines. So either I can create two virtual machine, otherwise we are having one image concept as well. From the image of one virtual machine, I can launch another. I will show you. So I will follow the same resource group Aditi here. Virtual machine name, as I said, I will have to give something with naming convention like inv-sales-db -01. Let's say this is first machine. The reason here, yes, East US. Here, as you can see, availability option, either I can go with zone or I can go with set. Set is prepared for me. Otherwise, I can go with zone as well. So East US are giving you 3 zones. You can keep your machine in either of the zone. Otherwise, if I'm going with set, so as just now I created one set, that is AV set. As I said, I will have to follow certain image of whatever the data center and whatever the OS I will have to go with. I'm going with Windows Server 2016 data center. Size is fine with me, but if I want, I can resize it. Here only I can select as per. So if I'm going with D2S, like 8 GB of RAM, let's select here. Okay, login credential, like I will have to make a remote desktop connection later on. So I can go with some credential. Let's give VM admin. And let's give password. Password @123. Password @123. Right. So here I'm all set. If I want, I can open more ports than RDP like HTTP and HTTPS. If you want, you can check other things as well. Actually, there is no need to check other things, but I will show you once. This is disk if you want to change it. This is networking if you have your own private cloud. This is management if you want to enable, it's already enabled. Advanced, we are going with default setting. Tags is just optional. So let's review and create, and one virtual machine is all set to be deployed in one availability set. right? Let's create it. So by the time this machine is in deployment process, let's go for another machine. So I will again do the same process. So one machine is in process. By the time I can have another virtual machine in same set. So let's go with same resource group. Let's give the name infi dash sales dash db dash 02. And here the same reason, availability, I will go with set. I will choose my AV set, all set, and username I'll keep the same. Password also I'll keep the same. I'm all set to go. If I want, I can have the port enabled here and I can directly review and create. So the one thing is, if I want, I can log in, I can just have some feature installed so that when my virtual machines are being selected by the load balancer, I can come to know. I will just demonstrate. This is a kind of short video here, so I cannot demonstrate you the complete lab, but I will guide you. So this virtual machine is also in the progress, right? As I said, individual identifications of the machines are not needed here because the public IP or the public face or the DNS name would be provided to you by the load balancer. So after they are being deployed, you'll have to dissociate their public IPs in the networking. All set? So let's go ahead to the virtual machine and set if one machine is ready. Yes, one is ready. So I will show you. There are several options. As I said, you have other three options for the connection: RDP, SSH, BEST. SSH is not an option here because this is Windows machine. RDP is remote desktop port. You can go and have downloaded your remote desktop file, and you can give your respective credential and you can log into the machine. Bastion is not possible here because my machines are not in any kind of private network or private subnet. So Bastion is not enabled. I can only make the RDP connection. Okay. So here, as you can see the networking, if I want to attach these machines in the backend of the load balancer, so I'll have to go to the networking. I'll have to dissociate this public IP. If I'm clicking on this public IP and if I'm clicking on this dissociate option, right? So it would be dissociated and I can easily connect it to the backend of the load balancer. If you want to have, if you want to clear your doubts about set, so you can go to set and in the set you can see where your machines are being kept. So it never repeat the update and the fault domains. As you can see here, Infi01 is in 00 configuration, Infi02 is in 11 configuration. Fault domains, update domains, all the matrix settings are different. Let's quickly go to the load balancer. So here you can search load balancer. As I said, if my machines are in set, then follow basic load balancer. If my machines are in zone, then you can follow the standard load balancer. Here, as per my machines are in set, so I'll have to follow the basic one. Nothing much I have to do here. I just have to go with the same resource group. I will have to name it. Let's give demo load balancer. And I can go with standard or basic. So I can go with basic. Other than that, any IP can be associated to me. I can give here the name demo IP. It would be dynamic. I can just review and create. And I'm all set to go. I just need to attach the machines in the backend of the load balancer. So let's create the load balancer here. One more thing, if you seriously want to log into the machines, just go to connect RDP and give your credential. You would be logged in inside the remote desktop. You can work as similar as you work in the Windows. If you want to have the detailed description about the labs, you can contact on the following given contact details. So my load balancer is ready, all set to attach. So this is front end IP configuration. As of now, I do not have until unless I'm attaching the machines in the backend pool. So I can create a backend pool here. Let's give a name demo backend. and virtual network would be default associated to VM, and VM I can add here, as you can see, add option, and these are the machines available in the availability set. I can attach both of the machine to the backend of the load balancer, and let's add, and this is all done. As I said, load balancer normally does the health check, whether the machines are healthy, available. So you have to follow the several few more steps. Then you will be having one IP, public IP or a DNS by the load balancer itself. So here I attach two machines. It's not restricted. It's not the rule that only two machines you can attach. Just for the demo session, I show you by attaching the two machines here. Right? I'm all set. Just follow the health probe. I can create a health probe as well. So let's name it demo health. And if you want to change the timings, response timing, threshold timing, protocol, ports, you can have it according to your purpose or the applications. I'm repeating, if you want to have a detailed description and a detailed lab, please, you can contact on the following details. So this is the last step here, load balancing rule. Just fill everything here what you created. So you created front-end IP, that was your dynamic. You have the port TCP, you have backend port, same go with TCP. You have backend pool created demo backend. You have created health probe demo health, all set to go add. You would be available with IP. Okay, you'll have to name here. Let's give demo rule. So you're all set. Done. Let's add. So you will be having a public IP to show to the outside world, and actually this is a public IP for all the machines connected on the backend. Then I told you about auto scaling. So auto scaling normally asks you how many machines do you really want to have to your work, and then how many machines you want to scale up or down as per your condition or without condition, custom or manual. Both are the options. So I'll show you after this. Right, this is front-end IP configuration. You got one IP. This is a public IP common to all the connected machines. Right, let's quickly go for a scale set. So here actually you call it as a virtual machine scale set. This is the one, virtual machine scale set. So let's go ahead, let's create quickly, and here follow any resource group. Let's go with Aditi again. Virtual machine scale set, let's give it a name, demo scale set. Availability zone, it's per you if you want, right? Let's go with default. Image is already selected. Size, I'm happy with it. Yes, login credential I have to give. So let's give VM admin again, and same password at the rate 123. All set. Disk. If you want to attach extra disk, attach. Otherwise, go with the normal one. Networking. Keep in mind if you want to have the connection to the remote desktop. As you can see here, as a virtual machine, you selected RDP and several other ports, but here there was no option as such. So here actually in this one, you'll have to add it in the networking. So let's click on edit, and here you can enable the public IP. This is needed if you want to have the remote desktop connection. And here you can select the certain ports. Okay, so you'll have to click on allow ports, and you can click on RDP or whatever other you want as per your OS. Cool. So let's okay this, and other than scaling. So this is all about these two machines would be created by default. Scaling policies is manual. If you want to have it manual, you can see nothing is much required. Later on, you can give a number as per your choice. If you wanted to have the custom, so you can give minimum instance, maximum instance, A condition. If the CPU threshold is 75% or more, duration would be 10 minutes or minimum is 5 actually. So increase the number of instances by 1, or if the CPU threshold is going by 25%, decrease by 1. So both scale in and scale up is enabled here. You can go next, next, next and review and create. So that's it for the day. Again, I'm repeating, if you want a detailed descriptions about the demo sessions and the labs and the practical production environment, you can follow me up or you can contact me on the giving following details. Thanks for the day. Thank you so much for this module.